Everlyne is a graduate of DCT. She graduated from the postgraduate diploma program in 2005. And she has returned to Kenya and has worked in the industry, I think, since your graduation. Right? She did industry training in Vegas. Yes. And has returned to Kenya and has worked in the industry. And right now she works at a resort. I'll let her tell you about that. But she takes care of the rooms, the VIP rooms in this resort. Only 93. It's a lot of VIPs to take care of, yes? Yeah. So she dropped by, she's on a European vacation, and dropped by DCT to see what's changed in 5 years. And she has a short time to be with us today, so I'm going to be quiet. She has like 12 minutes to spend with you. She wants to tell you a little bit about what she does. Everything, I'll let you take away.
Thank you, Ms. Landry. Good afternoon, everybody. Like I've been introduced before, my name is Everlyne Mund. I was here 5 years ago, dressed in this wonderful uniform. I feel like changing my dressing right now. But it was wonderful, full of challenges. I'm sure, like in your case now, you should be undergoing lots of challenges. But let me assure you, that's the best way forward. I was here, it wasn't easy for me. Then, like I've already mentioned to everybody, I was the only African student in this campus. So you can imagine how hard it was, but the wonderful teachers, if I may call them, made my life very easy in this campus. Whenever I had any problem, any difficulty with my assignment, I used to pop in their offices to ask. I didn't take any chance with my assignments. I used to ensure, before Ms. Landry leave, I make sure whatever she gave us in class, I totally understood, because I knew I was in this country for a short while for a reason. And it could have been so sad if I leave this country without attaining my objective, which was to study and come out with a good mark, or rather good paper to show around the world. Because you leave this place, you tell anybody you're in Switzerland, you will be acceptable in any country. Immediately after graduation, I went to Germany, and everybody was like, from Switzerland, DCT, we are taking you, no more questions. Because they know this place and they know the rules and how people come out of this country. And I know you're on the same line, yeah? So apart from any other cultural challenges that I had, some other difficulties also I encountered here in the campus, but like I said before, whatever you are experiencing, kindly just ensure that you pass it over to the faculty's members. They will assist you highly, yeah? Any questions so far before I move on to where I am now? No question? Okay, or maybe if there is, you'll contact them, Mr. Thompson, Dr. Black, and everybody. From now, there's no need of fearing them. You are a reason for them to be here. So if you have any problem, just ensure you contact them and they'll sort you out. So after leaving Europe, I went back to Africa. And like I said before, anything from Switzerland, from DCT is a hot cake. This organization took me in. And I worked for 6 months at the reception as a supervisor. And immediately I got promoted to manage the club. It's an establishment that has 253 rooms with top management, all graduates from Switzerland. Our first boss was in this country for about 15 years, and he keeps coming on and off to Switzerland. So I believe this will also be a good connection to DCT and Africa for whoever is interested to come over. Because Africa, number one thing that we depend on mostly is tourism, especially the country I come from, that is Kenya. So should you be interested to come to Africa to work or just for a visit, make Kenya your number one priority, and I assure you'll enjoy it. So this establishment has 253 rooms. I care for 93, like Ms. Landry said. They are all for VIPs. Anybody who comes to this hotel who is a VIP is brought to my side, and we care for them well. And as a result, we have lots of repeat clients. Many who are residents from Zurich comes to the hotel more often. So just to point, this is the entrance to the hotel, and on the left side, that's where the club rooms are. Unfortunately, we could not get into the web, but Ms. Landwick has my contact. She will show you the website, and then you can get in at your own timing. These are sample of our standard rooms. Like you can just see, it's not that visible, but this is the sleeping area and this is the sitting room. But should you have some time, you can just get into the web and have a look at it. And like you can see, managing this property is no joke. There are so many challenges that we overcome, and with good training, like whatever you are undergoing now, whatever may be a big thing to anybody who's not been in a good college like DCT, what may be hard for them may be just a walkover for you. Because you will be trained, and after leaving this place, you can tackle whichever problem that you come across. And with the experience that you'll gather from your industrial training, that will also help you so much. So whenever, I'm sure some of them will go for their training soon. So whenever you go for your trainings, kindly ensure whatever you are taught or whatever you experience there takes you a further step. Because that will also be another big challenge. Like wherever I was taken was a pure German-speaking establishment, just a few kilometers away. And you can imagine a foreigner getting into a hotel and all people are talking, it's grusi, grusi, dru, dru. So I was like, what are these people saying? But with time, I just overcame. And after that, thanks God, I am where I am today. Thank you so much. So any question?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, please.
What is your favorite thing about what you're doing right now?
My favorite, okay, what I enjoy most is meeting this guest and ensuring that I exceed their expectation. That is what I enjoy most. Thank you. Any other question? A question from the back?
What you don't like in your job?
That's a good question. What I don't like. What I don't like is that a guest walks away dissatisfied. That one makes me feel so sad. I'm like, oh my God, man, all my concierge training is going to the trash now. Yeah. So satisfying the guest makes me happy. The opposite makes me totally sad. And I'm sure when you leave this place, that will be the same thing, or rather that will be your objective as well. Making the guests happy. That makes them come back. You get repeat clients, and the establishment will keep promoting you because of your good work. Yeah? Good. Yes, please?
So you take care of 93 VIP rooms, right?
Yes.
So what work do you do yourself, and what work do you delegate, like in general?
Okay, good. What I do, I am in a management position. What I only do, I plan everything. And then my team, after planning, I delegate to them. If they meet any challenge, it's thrown back to me. Like a guest walks in, they bought the rooms via the net, and they come and they say, this is not what I bought. It's totally substandard. Then that one my team member cannot handle. I have to be called in. But basically all the planning work, like, planning entails of staffing, controlling, such kind of stuff, I'm the one who do, and then delegate to the team members. I have a team of 35 staff, so I care for them. And I have a boss who cares for me as well. Yeah, so nothing to worry about.
So do the guests do the main communication with the guests, or do you also sometimes go out and talk with the guests yourself?
I do go out and talk to the guests, especially upon arrival. I have to meet them. Not unless if I am in a meeting, but mostly I have to meet them upon arrival and upon departure. Upon arrival to welcome them, and upon departure to see if their stay was okay. And time allowing, I also move around during meal times to see how their day was, or to see how their day is moving on. That's lunchtime, dinner, how their day was, and breakfast. Sometimes when I'm around, I also walk around and talk to them.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other question? In case of any question that will come afterwards, I'm on the web. You can just get in, log in, and then throw your question, please, okay? Otherwise, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best. And I assure you, coming from DCT, you'll definitely land into a good employment. Thank you.
Great. Thanks.